Okay. Maybe. It's being slow. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to hop over here on Consultants Corner real quick. Now, as you log in to Pampered Chef, just pamperedchef.com, you're logging in, you're putting in, you know, your password is what you signed up with for your kit. I know we have a couple of you that are new, like in the last week new. And so on here, when you first sign in, Dash, this purple box, is going to be your best friend. Okay, I know, like I see Lisa shaking her head. I know that we did, guys, just being honest with you guys, I did not have anyone training me when I first started. No one. If I wanted, if I had a question, I called the Pampered Chef number. That's how I got help when I very first started, okay? So the fact now that they have a Dash new consultant training is amazing, okay? So hop on here and just start going through it, okay? It will help you with so many different things in your business. It will help you with your bookings. It will help you with tips. It will help you if you ever schedule a fundraiser. It's going to say, oh, here's some fundraiser training. If you ever schedule a cooking show, it's going to say, oh, here's some cooking show training. It kind of adjusts to what it sees that you're needing in your business, okay? You get your first recruit. Oh, here's some training on how to train a new consultant. Okay, so it's going to be working with you, but be sure that you go in there and you start chipping away little by little at this Dash training. Okay, so over here on the left hand side, okay, you're going to have your Explore. Explore is going to show you things like your host special and your guest special. Okay, so if you have your host special every month, it's on here up till May now. It's going to tell you what these specials are. And I print these off for my hosts, and we're going to get to that in a second. Like this month, March host flyer, I download, print it off, and I put it in my packet. Okay, so that's where this is. Also, if you go back, then you also are going to have your guest special in the same place. The new consultant offer for the month. Some of these different things, if you want to learn some more about the trips and things, incentive trips, right there. You can look up and see how exactly do you earn an incentive trip and how do you get points for that. Okay, so that's right there. Fast track rewards. If you are in your first 90 days in the business, I want you to take some time out and I want you to go in and I want you to click on this. Because this right here is money that you're leaving on the table. Okay, so in your first 90 days, you can earn these items. $500 ceramic egg cooker and the mini scraper. The 8-inch nonstick fry pan is when you hit your $12.50. $2,500, you get this 10-inch stainless nonstick skillet. And once you hit $5,000, you get the whole knife block set. Okay, so if you're in your 90 days, you can still work on earning these items. Okay, you also have a chance to earn cash through fast tracking. Okay, and that is by adding people to your team. Okay, in your first 90 days, if you get 5 people in your team, you're going to get $500 cash. Okay, if you do it, if you have someone that joins your team and they promote, okay, then you can get $1,000 cash. If you hit your directorship title for 3 months, you get another $500 cash. It's like $300 cash that you can get total. Okay, so basically the way I look at this is you walk into your kitchen table and there's $3,000 cash sitting right there. Okay, literally sitting there because it's your choice if you want the cash or not. Okay, so you can work to earn the cash and get the cash, or it's just left there and not used at all, because everyone has the opportunity in their first 90 days to get that cash. If you are interested in that at all, reach out to me and then I can explain to you how that works, okay? Because I want everyone to be sure to know how to do that. On the left-hand side here, okay, if you go into reports and tracking, you're going to see your consultant connection summary. Okay, on here, if you click on this, this is going to show you your 30 days, your 90 days. Okay, if you look at performance tracker or you can go to your performance details. Performance tracker is going to, let me see if I can. Okay, so there's Tammy Petro, who's on the call right here. Shows her 30-day is April 6th. Tammy, if you want to write that down. And June 4th is your 90-day.
Okay.
Okay, so you can remember both of those. Okay, so, and Tammy, I can talk with you a little bit more about what both of those numbers mean.
Okay.
Okay, so if we go back here to Consultants Corner. Okay, another thing that I want to show you, you can also shop for supplies over here on the left. There's a few different ways that you can access this page. You can go up here by your name, and you can go to my account and shop for supplies here. Or over here on the left-hand side, shop for supplies is one of the choices on this side. So if you shop for supplies, click here to shop now. Okay, this here is our different products. We are now in the March spring sewing season, okay? So here are all the new products. You can buy one of each of these new products at 50% off as a consultant, okay? They're already the 50% off price, okay? So blender like there is $174.50, okay? There's our new air fryer, $139.50, okay? So all of these are already the 50% off price. You can get one of each of them at this price, okay? So then if you go back to supply order. Supply order is also where I shop a lot. Okay, so you need more catalogs. You can buy 100 of them for $45, or you can get 25 of them for $19 if you need some more catalogs, okay, to send to your hosts. Or if you go to, I think it's page 2 here, okay, so see this white envelope here? They're actually, I had one on my desk. I may put it back. They're actually a plasticky, okay? So if they get wet or anything in the mail, it's gonna protect your paperwork, okay? You get 25 of those for $7.50. You should have got some of those in your kit, okay? I just buy them, and I like to put my gifts in there for winners of my parties. I put my host packets in there. So when I get low on that, I order. Now you can order whatever envelopes you want to. You can go to the dollar store and you can get envelopes that way if you want. But I do like that they have that option if you would like it. So on, I can't remember if it's 3 or 4 here. I think it's the 4th page. Nope, it's this one. Okay, so these are the party planners. Okay, same thing. These come in your kit. You get 25 of them for $2. Okay, so I have one here. Okay, on here, because these things, the reason I'm showing you these items are because these are what I put in my host coaching folder for my hosts, okay, my host packets, okay? So my host packets, they get, see, I don't know if you can tell, but this is a thick paper. It's kind of a shiny paper, okay? It's not just like your regular paper. So on the top here, where it says start party, I put start party and I write the day that their party is going to start on. This is their URL for their website that they're going to be able to order from. Over here on the side, I put to collect 150 invites. Sorry, that's invite 150 people to their virtual party, and then 5 outside orders besides people that are on Facebook. Okay, so I just add that kind of an additional to the front of this. On the back here, I circle 800, and then I put a little star that says our goal. Why do you think I don't circle 200? Why do you think that is? Anyone know?
Because you want a bigger party than that.
Yes.
You don't want them to settle for low. You want them to aim high.
Right. Because if I say, well, you only actually have to have $200 in sales for it to be a party, guess what their party is going to end up at? $200 in sales. But if you say my party average is $800 in sales, guess what, guys? Even if you don't have an $800 party right now, it's called fake it till you make it, okay?
Mhm.
Because you say, my average is this, and an amazing thing starts happening. Your average becomes this, okay? Because you give that goal to your host and they continue to work for it, okay? So down here at the bottom, I put stars. That's the kit credit coupon, okay? Any host that you have, they can get $25 or $50 off of their kit. So when I asked them if they saw the coupon that I put in their packet, that's it. It's right down there at the bottom of the flyer, okay? So that way it starts a conversation. When you say, did you see that coupon that I put in there? And they're like, oh, no, I haven't even opened up my packet yet. Then I'll say, well, open it up. Okay, and at the bottom, there's a coupon, and you actually can start this business for $25 or $50 off. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef? Okay, and they may say, nope, never thought about it. Or they may be like my friend Tammy, who I've asked her for like 4 years. Haven't I, Tammy?
Yes, you have.
She's been doing parties with me, guys, for like 4 years, and she has told me no. I don't even know how many times she's told me no. Okay, but guess what? Eventually, she said yes. Okay, but what would have happened if I never mentioned it to Tammy and she decided at some point she wanted to? And then she said, well, Melody never asked me. I better go find somebody else. Okay, so even if you think this isn't for them, or I doubt that they would want to do this, you never know. And you will kick yourself in the rear if you see a few months from now, they join someone else's business because you never said anything. Okay, so we're gonna get into that in just a second here. All right, I'm gonna turn my screen around again. Okay, so moving on, those are the few things that I want to show you guys on the actual website. Okay, but let's go into this document right here. Okay, now, anything you see on here, guys, don't feel like you have to take a bunch of notes. I will post this tomorrow with the recording of this call. Okay, so you can go through here and you can save this later so you don't feel like you, now if you want to write down a few things that you want to remember, you can go ahead and write them out, okay? So send a packet 2 weeks before party starts. If some of you are like, well, I have a party this week coming up, go ahead and get a packet in the mail to them, okay? As soon as they book the party, I try to get the packet out, okay? The first thing there is the party planner. I just showed you guys that. That's this guy. Okay, so when I say party planner and I highlight on it the kit credit coupon on the back, okay, that's what I just showed you. I put in the host special, guest special, the opportunity brochure, which I had one of those on my desk earlier today when I was putting together host packets. And those come in your kits also. It's just an information about the business pamphlet. So that's another thing you can say, did you see that pamphlet that I put in your packet? And then I put one catalog. Okay, all of this to mail is about $2 or less, like $1.88-ish at the post office. Okay, so I put all those in there. I mail them as soon as I book the party. Okay, so here is what my planner looks like. This is it's called the Happy Planner. Guys, I've tried digital, I've tried every planner imaginable, okay? I like this one because one, I like this part where I can write down. Notice right now my kids don't know their baseball schedule yet. All 3 of them are playing baseball. Yes, I see that, Lisa. All 3 of them are playing baseball. Pretty soon this is going to look like mass chaos thrown up all over my planner, okay? But right now it's all nice and wow, Melody's got some time in her life. If you turn the page, this is how I keep track of my virtual parties. Now, you could do this on a notebook, or I like to do it inside my planner so it's all together, okay? So you guys can see here, I just kind of wrote off these squares. But on here, I have my host, name, address, phone number, email. I get that information right away. Then it says, did I send their packet? Okay, did I mail their packet? I put an X as soon as I put it in the mail. When do they want to start their party? And who did they book from? Okay, so you can see I have those, and then I go into the next page, and I have these. Okay, so this is March. So I keep track of all that information. Now, when I will show you guys a conversation of how I book the parties and how I get to this point in just a minute. Okay, but as soon as they say, yes, I'll book a party, I look at the next date that I want to start parties. Okay, so if I do them every Saturday. Okay, I start parties every Saturday and I try to do 4 every week. Okay, because here's what happens when you have 4 a week. You guys may be thinking, oh my gosh, she has 4 parties a week. But I will tell you, when you run them 4 at the same time, okay, I'm copying and pasting. I know Joanna does 4 a lot a week. I know Angela does 4 a lot a week, okay? But what you do is you're basically, do you, Lisa, as well?
I'm getting there.
Awesome. And it will just take, it's like a copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, okay? So when you're setting them up and stuff, okay? It's almost, to me, easier to run that many than it is one, because I'm doing the exact same thing anyways, okay? So, but what that will do for you guys, if you have 4 parties, okay, one of them, it may be that 800, it may be 1,000, okay? It may be a great party. The next one, it may be more average. The next one may be lower to mid, and you may have one that doesn't qualify at all, okay? But what would happen if you just have that one, and maybe it doesn't qualify? Okay, and all of a sudden you're frustrated because that one party, you know, that you expected to do great, now didn't get any sales, and now what? Okay, so that's where if you book more, okay, then you have a chance to have better success, okay, because it all kind of averages out together, okay? So that's why my calendar looks the way that it does. So with the packet, I look and I see, okay, or when I'm asking them for a party, if my next date that I have available is the 14th and I'm trying to get 4, I keep suggesting the 14th until I have 4 parties booked for the 14th. I don't ask them when they want to do a party because, not exaggerating, 90% of the time they will pick the date that you tell them. So if I say my next date available for parties is March 14th, will that work for you? 90% of the time they're going to say yes, that works just fine. Okay, because with virtual parties, people aren't as particular with when you're starting their parties. So that's how you book your calendar, is you keep telling people this date's available, this date's available, this date's available until you have that one booked. And then you go to the next one. This date's available, this date's available, this date, until you book that one. Okay, so you decide how many you want to do. But if you want to earn those trips and you want to have a certain amount of income, okay, if you can have those 3 to 4 parties a week, you guys are going to see amazing results, amazing paychecks, and you're going to hit every goal that you set for yourself. Okay, it's amazing when you start getting parties booked like that. Okay, so that's what I send in a packet. As soon as they say, yep, the 14th works, I say, great. What's your address, your phone number, your email, please? I'd like to get a packet in the mail. They send that to me, okay? And then I say to them, okay, I give them a kind of a warning. So like all my parties that are coming up this month, I've already got their packets in the mail. And I've said to them, so I start my parties on Saturday. Okay, I do pre-party post Saturday and Sunday, so 2 days of pre-partying. And then I do 5 days of actual party. So my parties run Monday through Friday. So I will say when I book the party, I look at the calendar and I say, okay, their party's starting the 14th. I say to them, I'm going to send you a message on the 9th, which is the Monday before, okay? So I say, I'm going to send you a message on the 9th to see when we can chat for a few minutes, okay? And we'll go over the details of your party then. Usually they say, okay. So then when I send them a message on the 9th, like I said I was going to, then I will say, hey, when can you chat in the next couple days? Okay, so see this Monday message right here? I was just wondering if you received your packet in the mail. If you have, be sure to pull it out and look through it. I want your party to be a success for you. With all the Facebook changes, I have a couple tips I want to go over with you. When in the next couple days can you chat for 5 to 10 minutes? So you guys see this wording right here? what I do is I copy this. I put it in a note on my phone under, I do party schedule for the week. Okay, so any of this wording that I want to remember, oh, it's Monday, I need to send that message to my host for my parties that are coming up on Saturday. All I have to do is go in and copy this on my phone and paste it to them on Facebook Messenger or in a text message to them. Okay, so the note section on my phone has saved me. Okay, I wish I would have done this, guys, when I started this business. I have taught a national conference in Chicago. I have taught 3 times classes on time management for them. Okay, so I have notes in my phone for all kinds of stuff. Okay, so anything that I want to send to my host, the wording that you see, I copy it, I Facebook message it to myself. Okay, just type in Melody Harper, pull it myself, send it to myself, pull it up on my phone, copy it from my message, and paste it into my notes. So that way, when Monday happens, okay, I have a sheet that looks like this, where it says, did I send my message to my host? Okay, the things that I want to do that day, I write on here. So when I sit down at my desk, even if I have 10 minutes between going to pick my kids up for school or something, I can sit down and say, what is it that I need to do today? And I just check it off my list. Okay, so learning some of those time management things will help you guys greatly. So you're not like, oh my gosh, I have parties starting Saturday, it's Thursday, I haven't even sent my host packet, I haven't even contacted my host yet. Okay, I don't ever do that. Okay, because Monday comes, Monday, I know. Okay, you can even do this on your phone. Monday, I know I need to contact my host for the parties coming up. I copy and paste to this host, when can we chat? To this host, when can we chat? This host, when can we chat? Okay, it takes me a lot less time, okay, when I know what I'm doing. Otherwise, I would sit down on my desk and I'd go, oh my gosh, I feel so overwhelmed. Like planning for Paris right now, I have to have a plan. I have to know what I'm doing, okay? So that helps a lot. So Monday, I'm sending this message to my hosts for the parties that are starting Saturday, okay? My parties that are coming up. So I do the call with the host. If you scroll down to the bottom of this document, here is the host coaching call. It's down here at the bottom. Take a second. Okay, so here's what this looks like. I also have this printed out, and it is put in a folder right next to my desk that says Host Coaching Virtual. Okay, do you guys see? Okay, do you guys see this right here? Oh, that's my light. Do you see this right here? Okay, this sits right in here. So when I do a host coaching call, I pull this folder out, and that paper that I just showed you is right inside. Okay, so in here, see it? It says host coaching call. It's this document right here. Okay, so you guys can print this out. Okay, and have it. So some of you go, oh my gosh, she wants me to talk on the phone to these people. Like, that really scares me. Okay, some of you, it may be harder for you to talk on the phone, but I promise if you do this call a couple times, it's going to be so much easier for you to do. Okay, so the first thing I asked them again, if maybe they didn't answer me, did they get their packet? Because I want to make sure they got that. Okay, and I say, we're starting your party on the 7th. Okay, so we're starting your party on the 7th. I let them know the first 2 days, we're just getting people in your party. We're getting them excited. We're kind of seeing how many people you have in there. Okay, that's what the first 2 days are for. It's asking them things like, tell me how you know the host. Tell me your favorite flavor of ice cream. Randomness. Has nothing to necessarily do with Pampered Chef. okay? But it gets them active. It gets them communicating in the party, okay? So I also, I've kind of switched this up just a little bit from what I have been doing. I used to just send personal messages through Facebook Messenger to them. Now I've been using the invite button more in the party, okay? But I tell my hosts, the first thing that we're going to do is they're going to go, once they're in the party themselves, they're going to hit that invite button, and they're going to invite 20 people at a time slowly. So they'll invite 20, and then they'll pause for a little bit. They'll invite 20 more, pause for a little bit. I tell them until they invite about 150 to 200 people. Okay, so that's the goal. I tell them their goal is to get 30 to 40 people in their party. So they keep inviting until they see 30 to 40 members. Okay, so we do that. We do that on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, and then if I see that their numbers are not quite, so they start inviting on Thursday for my party. I said I add them to the party on Thursday, and they start inviting Thursday and Friday, and then the party, you know, pre-post start on Saturday. So they have a couple days to get their people in there. On Saturday, I look how many members do they have right now. If it's not 30 to 40, I have them send this message. Okay, so they send a message and I tell them to pick their 50 closest friends that they want in the party. Okay, so 50 closest friends that they want in the party, and they send it personally to them. So I tell them, we're gonna hit the invite, see how many you get. We wanna add some more. You'll add some by sending some personal messages. You also can post it on Facebook on your personal page, okay? So they will do that. Now, so that's kind of number 2. If they have an Android or an iPhone, that makes the difference in how they send the message, okay? Because for an iPhone, it's just an arrow beside the message that they're gonna forward on. And the message, it looks like this right here that you're gonna be sending them. Okay, it looks like this. Okay, hey, I would love it if you join my Pampered Chef party. I'm excited to see the new spring products that just came out. There's gonna be games, prizes, free recipes, all the best products Pampered Chef has to offer. Click below to join the fun. I look forward to hanging out with you. This is their Facebook link. They just click on it, and then that adds them to the group. Okay, this is what it looks like for an iPhone, but it looks a little bit different for an Android. Okay, there's a little bit different symbol on there for an Android, or I think they can hold down on that message too and copy it that way. Because when they hit this arrow, this is what happens. This pulls up. Okay, this is their messenger contacts. All they have to do is click send, 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 and it forwards this message to each person individually. Okay, so we start with the invite button, and then I go tell them to send this to their 50 closest friends. If they still don't have, the number that we need by Saturday. Okay, so that's how that kind of works. So I do that call. The next thing I tell them, okay, I tell them the best way to make your party successful is to be present and commenting on your party. When I tell them this over the phone, okay, if I was cooking in their kitchen, they would not go hang out in the bedroom by themselves. They would be in their present, they would be cooking, they would be engaged. That's what I expect in their virtual party. Okay, so I expect them to comment on every post. They don't have to be in there all day long, but they need to go back into their party a couple times and comment on every post. I tell them that from the very beginning of their party. Okay, so most of the time my hosts are very good about commenting because I let them know they need to do that. Okay, another thing is number 3 here. I tell them that everyone that books from their party gets a 50% off item from their party. If they get 3 bookings for me, okay, I personally give them an extra 50 and free. You can give them whatever you want. You can give them a recipe book. You can give them free shipping. Okay, you could pay $5.25 for shipping if they get you 3 bookings. Okay, you could do whatever you want. But when you set that goal of 3 bookings, there are hosts that will work very hard to get those 3 bookings. I get the majority of my bookings because my hosts worked and did it. Okay, they're the ones that worked hard to get these messages out. So I let them know 3 bookings, I'm going to give them this, and they get 50% off from every party that's booked. Okay, I also let them know the number one thing to make their party successful is get the people in there, because without people in there, it's hard to have a successful party. The second most important thing that they're going to do is to send out reminder messages the second to the last day of the party. Okay, so that day for me is Thursday because my parties end on Friday. So on Thursday, they send out a message that looks like this. Okay, Thursday, we have 2 days left, and they send this out. Okay, I tell them to send it individually, and when they start doing it, the orders will start coming in. Here's what they message right here. Today is the last day. Tomorrow is the last day for my Pampered Chef party. If you'd like to place an order, you can click on this link. Thank you so much for being a part of my party. And this is their Pampered Chef ordering link. I have them go through their party, and I have them send it out to everyone that is in their party. Okay. I also tell them that I challenge them to get 5 outside orders. Okay, so that's their goal, is 5 outside orders. So with those 5 outside orders, they need to also send text messages. Okay, because I tell them not everyone is going to be a part of your Facebook party the whole time. Okay, so they need to send text messages to people with a link as well, because they friends and family may not be on Facebook. Okay, so I tell them to collect 5 outside orders as well. Okay, so the very last thing, guys, I say, did you see that Kit Credit coupon in your packet? Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef? Okay, yes, no, I don't know, never thought about it. Okay, I would love for you to watch me this week. If this is something you're interested in, I'd love to tell you more. Okay, you can let them know. Then when their party hits 300, guess what? Now they can get $25 off their kit. So if they get hit $300 in sales, I send them a personal message, super excited. Oh my goodness, your party hit $300. Guess what? If you were to become a consultant, we actually can take $25 off your kit now. When their party hits $400, oh my goodness, your party hit $400. Now you could actually take $50 off of your kit price if you would like to, if you decide you would like to do this business. Okay, so if you talk about that Kit Credit coupon, you've marked it and you mentioned it in your host coaching call, then when they hit those levels, you can mention it again. Okay, it's just another way that you're putting it in front of them. Okay, all right, so that's the host coaching call. It really does take 5 to 7 minutes, but it tells them how they need to be present in the party. Okay, it tells them how they need, they're working on getting 3 bookings. Okay, and how they get a 50% off item. Okay, and it talks to them about getting 5 outside orders, and then also sending reminder messages second to the last day. Okay, those are some extremely important things that you need to do with your every single host. Okay, so back into this document. All right, so we started the party. The party is started. Okay, we did the call. Thursday, we added them to the party. They started hitting the invite button. You can send them this message to invite their 50 favorite friends. Okay, Friday, this is what they can put on Facebook. Okay, they can copy this, and they can put it on Facebook that just says, I'm having a party online. Click on this link to join my group. Okay, this is their party link. Okay, so like for instance, if I were to go into, let's go into Team PC Hotshots here. Okay, so in Team PC Hotshots, if I am on the discussion page, this right here is my link for the group. So this is what I am copying, Okay, if I send this, Tammy, I'm going to send it to you. If I copy that link and I send it to her, okay, see there, it says Team PC Hotshots. Okay, so that's my team link right there. That's their party link. Copying it from a computer, that's how you copy it. Okay, and then you just send, that's that, okay? So on this part right here, this is that link. So if I do that, okay, now that's Team PC Hotshots right there. Okay, so that's what you're sending them. Okay, pre-party starts Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so Monday morning, and I've actually started doing this as they're adding people Thursday and Friday. So I go in to my party, and so here's my party here. We've got 144 people in here, okay? So see where it says 49 new members, okay? So right here on the side, now this is only from a computer. This does not show up from a phone, okay? If I click on Write Post, it tags 49 people. There they are. All those people are tagged in this post. So I will say we have some new people that have joined our party. Welcome. We are so glad you have joined us. So then I will go down here and I'll pick a GIF or GIF or whatever you want to call it, and I will type welcome. And let's go, you're welcome. Okay, and then we post it. Okay, and it's going to tag all of them. See right there? It tags everyone in that post. Okay, so it's just another way. So now right here, see how that's gone? So I have done that with all 144 members now. Okay, I kind of start doing it as they join. Okay, and then I'll do it. Today is Monday, so I finish it up on Monday. Okay, so that's this part right here. So party officially starts. Here's some wording. If you need some wording on what to say on that post, there it is. That's the right post. There's another GIF that I use. This is just a screenshot of what you just saw. Okay, so that's day one, that's Monday. Okay, on Tuesday, day 2 of the party, I do a post about bookings. Okay, if you look in our Evernote, this is the March spring product one right here. Okay, this is in Team PC Hotshots, our outline is. Okay, so if you scroll through the outline where it says day 2, don't watch for a second if you get sick with motion sickness. Okay, day 2 is this one. So at the 12 o'clock hour, you're gonna see, wait for it, recipes, lots of recipes. Where's it at? Okay, this one. I don't know if you can see all that. So it says, answer me this and get 10 tickets. I would totally host a party if blank. Okay, they put in that blank. They may say, if only I had more friends. If only I had more time. Because some people say, if I just don't have enough time to do it. Okay, so they're putting in this blank, and then the host can say, girl, you totally have so many friends. Okay. Or you can say, or this actually didn't take very much time at all. This was super easy. Okay, so your host can comment on here. Now on here, if you see my party, okay, so see right here, I asked my host, okay, do you see my host here? Host, host, host. These people just tagged them not that long ago. Okay, but I sent them a message today, and it said, I just took a picture of it on my computer, and I said, I told her how many people she had in her party. That's a good number. I told her we have 3 days left. Anytime you can check into the party and comment, that's really going to help your people's participation. I posted this post today. Could you please go in and tag 3 of your friends in this post that you think you would like to host, please. If you get 3 bookings, I'm going to give you $50 in free product. Thanks so much for being a great host. And I took a picture of which one it is. And she said, I don't see the post. Told her I tagged her in it. Okay, so there she tagged people right there. Okay, so I do this on Tuesday. Okay, the second day into the actual party, I have my host tag the people. Okay, they did it a little bit later in the day. So a lot of times I like to do this message in the morning, so they do it earlier so people see it earlier in the day. Okay, but this is just kind of the first mention of having a party. Okay, so this is like tip number 1. Okay, on how to book a party. Okay, is that post right there. Okay, so Wednesday. Now we're on day 3. Okay, so this we're on to Wednesday. This is booking tip number 2. Okay, so I tell her or him, okay, do you remember how I told you that you get a half price item for everyone that books for you? I also told you you can find 3 people to host a party. I'll add $50. Remember, you can change this part here. Whoops, I did not want to do that. And that part you can change to whatever you want. Okay, you pick out what the extra items that you want to add. I'm going to send you some wording that you can send out. Please send it to 10 people. Okay. Thank you truly for commenting, playing the games. Today is usually a slower day for commenting, so go in and tag people. Okay, so if they say yes, I will do that. This is what I send them. Okay, and they send this out to people. What I started doing that really, really helped me get bookings is they make a message with me and another person in it and then copy this. Because what I found when they do that, and it scared me big time to do this at first, but what I found is when I'm at a cooking show, and I know some of you may have never had a cooking show before. I know that Tammy's been to a few of my cooking shows. When I'm at a cooking show and I'm talking about, oh my gosh, who's going to have a wine, cheese, and chocolate party? Or, okay, fajita margaritas, who loves that one? And Tammy would say, Cindy, you should totally have that. You guys love margaritas. You should do that party. Okay, that kind of conversation happens at cooking shows all the time. I'm having a wine, cheese, and chocolate party. I'm talking about the cool brunch one. They say, oh, my friends love brunch. Let's do that one. You know, Tammy says, yeah, that sounds great. Do a brunch party. I'll come to that one. Okay, so it's no different than if we were having that kind of conversation. Okay, so I have them add me to a message with them and Tammy, and then they said that wording. Okay. And then what happens, if I see that that person saw the message but didn't say anything, that's when I jump in, okay, and I will say something about, thanks so much for being a part of the party, and if you decide, you know, to do one, Tammy's going to get a 50% off item from your party. And so I talk them through, you know, new spring products are out. I talk them through that. Okay. And I have a whole document of that wording if you guys want to see that. Okay. But I have them do that, and I have gotten several bookings from that. Okay. So I do that on Wednesday is I have them message out this to people in their party, 10 of them. Okay. So they message 10 people. So that's booking tip number 2. Booking tip number 3, okay, is I have these monkey pictures in here. If they book one party, this monkey appears, 2 parties, 3 parties. Okay, so this is just kind of a visual reminder of how many parties the host has so far. So as they book parties, I share a different one of these pictures. Okay, so another booking tip that I have, and I usually get a bunch of bookings from this, is I have them send me the answer to a game. Okay, so you can pick which game it is. It can be any, you know, any of the games in the outline. Okay, but we're going to try something different. Instead of commenting below, send me a personal message with your 5 items. Okay, because this says you need 5 items from the grocery store. What are you buying? Okay, And so they send me Miracle Whip, margarine, macaroni, mushrooms. They send those to me. Okay. And I have a lot of people that you're seeing me, not my screen, are you? Are you seeing me?
I was just going to tell you that.
Sorry. It looks like this. Okay. So see how it just says we're going to try something different. Okay. This is it. And then they're sending me their list of 5 items. Okay. So when they do that, I say, yay, you got 25 tickets. Okay. And then I say, do you have any Pampered Chef products? Another question. I don't ever just say, you got 25 tickets. I always ask them some sort of question. Okay. So by doing that, it starts a conversation. Because when they say, oh yeah, I love Pampered Chef, I do have several of the products. Yay, that's so awesome. What do you have that you love so far? And then you can say, is there anything still on your wish list? Yeah, I've been kind of wanting that blender. Well, did you know that you can actually get that blender at 60% off by hosting a party this month? Okay, it just helps you get to know them a little bit and have a conversation with them. Okay, what I did last week that worked really well for me, guys, and I haven't updated that on this so far. Okay, so this is my party. This is my current party right now. Okay, so let's say I want to go in here. All of these people, okay, see how it says message? Okay, these people, if you click on message, it sends them a message directly. So I can say to them, I just message them and I just say, thanks so much for being a part of the party. I really appreciate all of your participation. Okay, and then send it. So what I started doing this last week is I would copy and paste that to all of these people. Then I would go to another game, and I would do all of these people. Okay, and then I would go to another game with a lot of interactive posts like this. By the way, this Mix and Shop one is funny. I like this game. Okay, so see all these people? If I just hit message and I just say that to them, okay? What I found last week, I just sent thank you so much for being this party. I had 2 people that immediately said, I think I'd like to do a party. I didn't even ask them. I did not say a thing about booking a party. All I said was thank you so much for your participation in the party. But just by simply saying that, it started open communication with them. So then later on in the week, when I was talking to them more, okay, I already had started a conversation. It had nothing to do with booking a party at this point. It was just thank you for being in the party and all your participation. I appreciate it. Okay, and you can copy and paste and say the same thing. Now, be careful though. See how when I do that, it pulls up her, but you can't see any other previous conversation. So you don't want to send Sierra Phillips 5 different messages that say, thank you so much for being in the party and all your participation. She may go, oh my gosh, this lady's a little psycho, okay? So what I do is I just have a notebook with paper and I'll write down who I sent the messages to. So on the next game, if they played that one too, I'm not sending the same message 5 times. Does that make sense? Okay, but I started doing that just the first couple of days into the party, just to really start communicating. Because that's the one thing about virtual parties is you don't really have open, communication going necessarily. Okay, so the earlier that you can start some of that communication, the better. Okay, so that is Wednesday. So you see a few different things. What you see here are three different booking tips on Wednesday. Wednesday is when I get the majority of my bookings. Okay, it's a few days before the party ends. Okay, so I have booking tip 2, 3, and 4 are all in Wednesday. Okay, so I changed this cover to 2 days left. Okay, on Thursday. Okay, so you just right click on this. Okay, you can save the image. Okay, and then you can add that to your cover photo. Okay, so on this cover photo here, you're just gonna change it. You're gonna upload the photo and you're gonna upload that one. Okay, so like tomorrow, I have 3 days left in the party. I'll show you guys how to do this. I'll just do it. Okay, so see this little guy? I use this one a lot. It just says 3 days left. Okay, so you have that one and you can save it. Or what I will do is, let me show you a different one here. Okay, this one says 3 days left, click here to order. Okay, if you're like, well, how do they click here to order? Okay, watch this. So I'm gonna save it. Okay, so now it's saved in my cover photo. I'm gonna go, I always, at the top here, I'm gonna refresh my screen. Okay, so let me copy my post links here. So now if you scroll down here, see where it says 3 days left to order? Okay, so this is what I just ordered. You have to refresh your screen in order to see it though, okay? So now if I click on here, it's gonna pull it up. Over here on the right-hand side, see where it says add a description? If I click add a description, I'm gonna put click on your post link to order. Okay, and then done editing. Okay, and there they are. Okay, so that's how you can change your cover photo if it says click here to order. Okay, so then a lot of times I will say we have 3 more days to order. You can click on your host's link to place your order. And then I will post that host links again. And then I will do the 3 days picture. Okay, so I starting on the 3 days left, I post, okay, I start posting once it's 3 days left in the party. I change this, so then the next day it'll say 2 days left, last day to order. Okay, so every time you change this, it notifies your people too. Okay, so that helps as well with that. Okay, so 2 days left to order. Okay, this is just a post, and I think this actually went today. This is just a post about the business. And if they answer on this, you know, which area are you interested in, I send them the same personal message. You know how I hit that message button? I will say, oh, I saw that you said fun money. Okay, what kind of things would you like to do for fun if you had extra cash? Or I saw that you said that you'd like to make a car payment. I actually, you know, when I started making the business, that was my goal too, was to help pay for my husband's truck. Okay. Would you be interested in making an extra $500 a month? Okay. I'm reaching out to them individually from this post, because if they comment, I can message them directly from this post about the business. Okay. So anyone that comments on here, I'm messaging personally. Okay. So this is that message that I showed you 2 days before the party stops. I tell them to send this individually with their Pampered Chef link to order. And I tell them to message it out to everyone in their party, plus text it out to 20 people. Okay, because they're trying to get 5 outside orders. Okay, so here's another post that you can do. I know in the outline, I think there is a, if you could get any item for 50% off, what would it be? Okay, so this is another one that when I see this post and they comment, oh, I would totally get a blender, I will message them and say, hey, you actually can get a blender next month by booking a party. You know, would you like to try to get that blender for half price or free next month? Okay, so that's just an example of how to get additional bookings. Okay, then, okay, the last couple days, okay, remember the first couple days I sent out some messages. You can also go through the last couple games that you play and send out messages. This one here, okay, you can send out to people individually too that play the last couple days of games, okay, but they're more likely to be interested in booking a party the last couple days when you send this message if you reached out to them the first day or so and said, thanks so much for joining the party, I appreciate all your participation, and left it at that. Okay, so then when you talk to them about the party, if you haven't talked to them at all, they're going to go, gosh, this lady's just wanting me to book a party. Okay, so it's important. That's why the communication is important at the beginning, because then towards the end, if you say something about booking a party, you've already kind of opened communication with them. Okay, so then I changed the cover photo, the last day to order, and if you want to extend, you can always do the party has extended if they need an extra additional day. Okay, so on here, okay, this outline has lots of posts that are going to keep them interacting, okay, throughout the party. Okay, so you're going to see lots of interactive posts. Like this one cracks me up. You're a burglar. Only instead of stealing, when you break in, you do things to mildly inconvenience your victims. What do? Like their answers are hysterical on this one, okay? And anytime you can answer with a GIF, do that, okay? Because let me find, let me see here, a post that I did that with. This one usually gets a lot. What was your favorite meal growing up? Sometimes I'll do this one. I'll do GIFs on this one. This one cracks me up too. What's your most dreaded room thing to clean in your house? That one got a, but guys, see, like that has nothing to do with Pampered Chef. Okay, but what it does is it keeps them engaged in the party. That's why you have posts like that in there. Okay, how do you know your house? Okay, so this one here, name a candy that starts with the first letter of your name. I went through here and this was kind of fun. Is I just did GIFs on all of them. So like you can see. Okay, so that's how I interacted with them. Okay, so anytime, the biggest thing, guys, that you can do in your party is have fun. Biggest thing. Okay, because when you have fun in your party, they're going to want to have more fun with you. Okay, so they need to have the people in the party. That's important. They have 5 people in there. Now, like in this party here, because I do, this one has 4 hosts in it at the same time. Okay, but one of these hosts has 8 people. One of them has 57. One of them has 48. You tell me which one's going to do the best. Okay, so some of them do really great on getting the people, and then sometimes you have where it's, you know, they have 8 people. So I said to her today, you only have 8 people in there. Okay, and so she's working on getting up. I said, you're really going to have to focus on getting outside orders. Okay, because she doesn't have enough people in her party to make her party successful without getting outside orders. Okay, so I know that's a lot of information. Does anyone's brain feel like they're going to explode out of the top of their heads right now? Okay, so here's the thing. One, okay, guys, all of this stuff that I showed you, I have been working on for years now. Okay, so being able to just say, okay, it's Monday, here's what I need to do. I showed you the whole entire week of stuff. Okay, but when you break it down to, okay, my parties are starting on Saturday, what do I need to do today? Okay, break it down like that. And once you do this a few times, it will start coming natural to you. First couple times you do it, you're gonna be like, what the crap am I supposed to be doing today? Okay, but take this document, okay, and you can kind of just go through it. Now, here's the thing though. I start parties on Saturday and Sunday because that's what works with my schedule. I am so screwed up right now because leaving for Paris on Thursday, I started mine a day early. Whew, like I am, like my brain is not following this, okay? Because this is what works for me, okay? If you're like, Mom, my husband's schedule is this, and we like to have this day off together, and this is what works for me, then do what works for you, okay? If you want to do 4-day parties instead of 5-day parties, if you would rather start it on a Tuesday and end it on a Sunday, okay? Whatever works for you. I start them Saturday and Sunday because we are so busy on the weekends. The pre-party days are less Pampered Chef stuff and more just kind of fun, okay? And I can check in them on a few times and really start them on Monday because that's what works for my schedule, okay? But I have a friend of mine who her husband's off on Tuesdays, okay? So she starts her parties on a totally different day because that's what works with her schedule, okay? So you may start some of this stuff and you may go, this just doesn't work for me. That's okay. Figure out what works for you, okay? That's the biggest thing in this. This kind of just gives you a guideline because the biggest thing is getting the people in there, participating, having the host know how to participate, and then knowing how to get bookings, you know, by the conversations you have with these people, okay? And that's, a lot of that's just gonna come by having fun, truly, okay? Because when they have fun, they wanna do it again. If they don't have fun, they're not gonna wanna do it again, okay? So I'll post this recording, okay, if there's any part of it that you wanna go back and watch, but you will have this document that you can flip through, okay? And that will kind of help you with that stuff as well. Does anyone, I'll stop the recording here. Does anyone have